Hey everyone. So today, I'm pretty sure you know what we talk about by now. We are TKR videos, and a fun fact, when you put into your YouTube search engine TKR, you're instantly going to see a bunch of total knee replacement videos. Because apparently TKR is an acronym for total knee replacement. So I'm a sick person. I enjoy watching those kinds of things. So if you run across those, you should watch them. But, watch us first because we're more important. And so today we're going to be talking about the death of Princess Diana, Diana of Wales, the people's princess. I'm sorry, but if you haven't even heard the name Princess Diana, you've been living under a rock. What's wrong with you? So, unfortunately, the beautiful Princess Diana passed away accidentally, maybe, in Paris on August 31st, 1997, the same month and year that I was born. Now, that could be another conspiracy in itself, but I had nothing to do with that. So,
What you don't
I don't
know
know.
is he is Princess Diana reincarnate.
Oh my god, that makes sense. Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah.
If you know Roy, then yes, it makes sense.
So, a little bit of background. Princess Diana was not always a princess, was not born into royalty. She was actually going to be a school teacher until she met then Prince Charles. Now, just looking at the two of them together, it's pretty obvious that Diana could have done better. I mean, she was a knockout, let's be honest. And, Charles just held her down. I think she could have done a lot more if it wasn't for him, but she was the people's princess. She wasn't the type that had her nose up being like, oh, I'm going to drink my tea and eat my crumpets and y'all worship me.
Well,
No, she wanted to know the people.
Well, I think growing up as a normal person kind of helped with that, though.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like
true.
she was, like you said, she wasn't born a princess, so I think, being born a commoner is kind of would help with that.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Trevor, what's a little bit more of background about her? I gave the basics. What's a little bit more in depth?
I mean, I don't know a whole lot aside from, like you said, she was going to be a school teacher.
Mm.
She met the prince, and I know, if I remember correctly, I don't know, was she the queen at the time, or was she still just his parents? Was she the queen?
I believe he's Queen Elizabeth's son, and then Harry and
That's it.
the other what's his name guy are
Harry and William.
yeah, Harry and William are the
kids.
queen's grandparents. I mean grandchildren, grandkids.
She
yes.
had grandparent kids.
Grandparent kids, yes. So
But if I remember correctly, they were not too thrilled about the fact that he decided to go out with and marry somebody who was not going to somehow give them more money and more power over everyone else. They were not at all thrilled with that.
Because his ex was some other fancy schmancy royal lady.
Yeah, she was like a duchess or something to that effect. Duchess or another princess somewhere else. Which we'll get into some of that with this video, but it was honestly they had a weird relationship. It was odd.
So we have Diana, was going to be a school teacher, became princess, had a poopy husband, but she still let her light shine. So as I said, August 31st, 1997 in Paris, she died in a fatal car accident. Now, was that an accident or is there more to it?
Well,
Da-da-da.
there are a lot of different theories surrounding this. A lot of people just took the official report and called it good. But something that I found was apparently there were like 14 different cameras at that tunnel. That every single camera should have been pointed towards that area or the surrounding area at the time that car crashed, and not a single one picked up anything. There was nothing there that could show what happened. some of them didn't even pick up the crash.
Suspicious.
That's not shady at all.
Yeah, it's like how can you have 14 or so different cameras that don't pick up anything? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And after that, the guy who survived,
Mm-hmm.
I think his name was actually Trevor. No,
God.
I'm pretty sure his name was actually Trevor.
Oh no.
Yes, that was actually me. I was the survivor. I was actually born like 100 years ago.
Old man.
You know what? I'm gonna be 23 next week, and you're only a year younger than me. Leave me alone.
I'm 21. I'm young and beautiful.
21.
21. But he just so happened to have. I don't know if it's considered short-term amnesia or not,
Mhm.
but he had no memory of anything that happened during or immediately before the crash.
Also, suspicious.
Just so happens that he lost his memory of those events.
Okay, as a person who's had a concussion from a car accident, I can tell you, you're at least going to remember what happened before. So I slid off the road and hit a telephone pole, and I don't remember hitting the telephone pole, but I remember, I was driving, everything was fine. I remember even what I was thinking about. So, that just...
It doesn't seem right.
No.
It doesn't seem right at all. And one of the theories surrounding this was, so the guy that she was with, that was her, the driver, the bodyguard, the Trevor guy,
Mm-hmm.
and then the guy she was dating at the time. So supposedly the whole it was never confirmed because she died before she was supposed to make some kind of announcement on September 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
She was supposed to make some kind of big announcement on
Mhm.
September 1st,
Mm-hmm.
and there was speculation that announcement was she is engaged to this guy and carrying his kid. The controversy is this guy was a devout Muslim.
Muhammad.
Yeah,
That was his name, Muhammad.
yes, it was
From Egypt.
Yes, he's a devout Muslim. So there's some speculation from even this guy's own father, from what I understand, that the queen, or no, not the queen, it might have been the queen's husband, either the queen or the queen's husband, hired somebody to make it look like an accident, so that way there would be no Muslim half-brother, half-son, or whatever to their true heirs, Prince Charles's kids.
Mm.
They didn't want Diana's Muslim kids to have anything to do with their grandkids.
Mm.
So
Bunch
this
of
is
racist.
they actually yes, kind of were racist in all honesty. They were thinking they didn't if she had a son, this guy's son, I don't understand how he would have any claim to the throne because he's not an actual heir. They were officially divorced at the time, so he had nothing to do with the royal family. He was just her kids, Harry's and William's kids, half sibling. That's it. No legitimate claim to anything, but they thought it would tarnish their reputation or something to have a Muslim, a half white, half Egyptian Muslim child. Which is completely stupid. I mean, like I said, it has no bearing on anything. It has no claim to anything that I know of, anyway. Because, like I say, they're divorced officially.
Mm-hmm.
It's all finalized. So, what harm is it? Whose kids she has now?
That is a good point, but I don't know anyone who's royal, but I'd assume royal people are very conscious of who they associate with and also who they did associate with. So that could be it. I mean, as far as this being a complete accident, when you first hear it, it makes sense. People die in car accidents all the time, but you have to figure royalty. Where there's power, there's corruption. And
Yep.
so could this have been planned? Why not? Because another thing I read, as you said, no one caught any footage or photos of the actual accident occurring.
Which, actually, there supposedly was a witness to it,
Mm-hmm.
a paparazzi,
Mm-hmm.
who specifically went to Paris. I don't remember where he lives, but he went to Paris specifically to track Princess Diana, and supposedly he caught pictures of what actually happened, and then he mysteriously dies like a month later. Supposedly, I don't. Like I said, this is all conspiracy theories and stuff. So supposedly there was a witness who is now dead.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think
who knows?
I think me and you looked at the same article. Didn't they say that they think the paparazzi was even responsible for the crash? That they
Yes.
pushed all of them gathered together and pushed the car.
Yes, which is stupid. How are they gonna? Unless they did it with their own car, how are they gonna push a car moving full speed
Mm-hmm.
and tip it over like that?
Mm-hmm.
That makes zero sense. That is
Mhm.
definitely one of the dumbest theories I've
Mhm.
read.
Mm-hmm.
It does not work whatsoever.
But you know, when you're the people's princess, you're gonna have haters. We all have haters, but especially at that level, I'd say anything's possible. I don't have an opinion. Anything is possible. It could have been an accident, could have not have been. Who knows?
So
Only,
this is
only
just-
God.
This is just us discussing what the different theories and probability. So
Christine, so you mentioned a lot of racism and just, you know, all that. So like what else? What's new? What you got to say?
I don't
yeah,
know.
regarding the whole her getting assassinated for having a Muslim's child.
I'd really rather not think that that's the case because that's just sad that somebody would be so racist that they'd kill off the princess just because she's getting married to a Muslim guy. That makes me mad. But yeah, it is a possibility, I guess. It's one of those theories.
I mean, people have been assassinated for dumb reasons, I'm sure. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
The least probable, but the one I'd most like to believe is that she faked her own death and now she's off living somewhere happily.
I heard about that. Now, okay,
I doubt it's true, but
well,
we can hope.
there is a bit of stuff to back that though, because I think it was, I want to say 2 or 3 years before that accident, she was writing to one of her servants, like a butler or something, one of her workers,
Mm-hmm.
and like one of her trusted ones,
Mm-hmm.
saying how she is convinced that Prince Charles is planning a car accident in her car with just her in it, and you know, whoever's driving her, because royalty never drives themselves. The car accident, so she'll die and he can marry Tiggy. And who Tiggy was her kid's babysitter, basically. Prince Harry and William's babysitter. It's reported that supposedly Tiggy and Charles had a affair, which, that's another thing, both of them were cheating on each other left and right.
He did it first.
He may have done it first, it doesn't make it right either way. 2 wrongs don't make a right.
True, but I want to punch him.
I mean, if you want to spend the rest of your life in a British prison, go for it.
British prison.
British prison.
British prison. Can you imagine British prison? I just think of Britain. I just think of tea and crumpets. I'm sorry,
Not
but
prison's like.
in a British prison, I just do imagine tea and crumpets. I mean, if you want to go to prison in Britain, honey.
Get your tea, get your crumpets, and do whatever else you do.
My British friends watching this video like.
I'm SMH.
Right?
SMH.
But there's that conspiracy. Then there's another one along those lines where he sabotaged a car, so he was gonna sabotage her car so he can marry his ex-girlfriend, Duchess or whoever, Camilla, which
Camilla.
they had a very odd relationship from the get-go, and then when it kind of rekindled when he was married to Diana, apparently there was a phone call between the two
Mm-hmm.
that was called Camilla Gate, which was very gross, very
That's
disgusting.
nasty.
Ooh.
Um,
I gotta hear this.
well, the gist of it was he was telling how he wished that he could be with her, how he could marry her, and then towards the end of the conversation,
Got sexual.
no, it got gross.
Oh.
He was saying how he wished he could be her tampon. Yes. Yes.
I don't.
Yeah.
But what if she used pads?
He wished he could be her pad then.
Okay.
I mean, he wanted to be near there. That's all. That's all.
Y'all are nasty.
Okay. Well, I didn't write it.
I didn't write it.
I didn't write it. I'm just expanding on someone else's gross idea. That doesn't make me gross. It's just, I mean, well, then again, I am adding to the grossness, but okay.
But that doesn't. I don't feel like that adds up. That theory, I don't think it adds up because if the car accident happened a year after they were divorced, he was free and clear to be with whoever he wanted. So what would be the point of getting rid of Diana at that point?
Well, then again, Charles was, then this is a personal opinion. I can't speak for all of humankind, but Charles, I just think he was just not on her level at all. He married up for sure, and even if they didn't have the best marriage, there's a concept of you may not want someone, but you don't want them with anyone else.
That's true. That's true. Maybe he just could, and that also goes back to the whole being with a Muslim and having his kid thing. If that's true, that, like I said, it was never confirmed because, she died before she could say anything, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Charles was like, I cannot have her, but
neither can you.
No, neither can you, peasant. And
right?
So, it sounds like a very Charles thing to do. Oh, Charles. Charles.
Yeah, it was a messed up situation. There are several other theories about it, like Christine's here. So she said, because of that letter, she faked her death, and her and this Muslim guy are both actually alive. They paid off the hospitals and that who had dealt with their injuries after the car accident to make it appear like they were dead, so they could raise their family in peace somewhere else. Which, that is the only pleasant theory I've heard. I mean, sort of pleasant. I still wouldn't want to get into a car accident for it, but still.
No, you don't.
It's the only semi-pleasant theory. It's the only one that it has a happy ending.
Me being the hopeless romantic, I hope there was a happy ending.
That is the preferred way of thinking.
But unfortunately, we live in a pessimistic world where just bad things happen to good people. So I hope for the best, but I expect the worst in this case.
Yeah. There's a couple other ones. Another one theory is that after Princess Diana and Prince Charles separated, not when they were divorced, or it may have been after they divorced. I don't quite remember. I think it was like right before the divorce was finalized. She became an anti-landmine advocate. Okay, so she was going to organize peace rallies and stuff and protests for the removal and just completely stop the making of landmines because after a war is over something, nobody goes to clean those up. They're just sitting there underneath the ground. Some random person, even a kid, whoever, just walks right over and then poof, they're gone. That's happened so many times, and she was advocating for it to stop. No more landmines whatsoever.
Help them Sharon.
Yeah, exactly. And so there was a theory that the people who are profiting off of landmines, that they had her assassinated because she was actually making some headway into getting the landmines shut down. So, and that would majorly cut into their profits. So that's a popular theory as well. Which, honestly, that would not surprise me at all. When it comes to money, I think anybody is capable of doing anything for the right amount of money.
Money rules this world. It's a sad fact.
Yeah, so I think that that's a very distinct possibility that, yes, they could have assassinated her for that. I don't know if that's true. Like I said, it's just speculation. It's just one of the theories. But I think it's a very distinct possibility. It's like, I mean, I can understand that because like I wouldn't want to walk down. I understand being an anti-landmine advocate. I don't want to walk down the street and just have my legs randomly blown out from underneath me. I enjoy having legs.
Legs are cool.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. Christine,
Sad.
Chris Goth Queen, who, by the way, don't her eyes look great today? As always, but you know, she just did something different with them today. Like, just what? In all honesty, what do you think happened? What's your final take on this?
I don't know. Honestly, when it comes down to it, it was probably just a car accident because they happen all the time.
Yeah.
And since nobody can like narrow down one particular theory to what happened, and like nobody can agree because there's so many different factors, I feel like people are just kind of saying, "Hey, what if?" and some of them stuck. It was probably nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are.
That's a distinct possibility. Like, so there people that, like, even in the reports and that, I'm sure people they take the stuff that was in the report to be like, that doesn't add up, just so they can have something to like make sense of it.
Mm.
You know, like kind of a sense of, I don't want to say security, but like just that sense of, oh yeah, I understand how this happened now.
Mm-hmm.
So like, there's so many. Like it could have been another one was like Prince Harry, or not Harry. What was her husband? What was Queen
Charles. Oh
Elizabeth?
no.
What was Elizabeth's husband? What was his name?
I don't know.
That guy.
Does anyone? I don't know.
That guy.
Yeah.
Whoever married Elizabeth, him, Charles's dad. He one of the theories was he had MI6 assassinate her for the whole having a Muslim's child thing.
Mm.
Also,
Makes me angry.
along that same
Same.
line, along that
Same.
same line, he had them assassinate her just so the public image of their family would stop
Mhm.
being dragged through the mud by the media.
Mm.
Because that goes back to what you said about image earlier.
Yeah.
No, so like there's that. Then there's like we said, she faked her own death. The landmine people. It's like people probably just look at this stuff. It's like this is the only thing that makes sense to me. This is how I'm gonna understand it. This is what I think happened.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a sense of, like I said, some form of, I don't know, like sanity, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the best way to put it, but I just feel like
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to believe that this horrible thing happened on accident. They don't want to believe that those accidents can happen. So they made it seem like it was somebody else's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's also a very real possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
So our beautiful, amazing, gorgeous audience, I guess this is just, there is no answer. Was this planned? Was this an accident? Who can ever know? But I think one thing we can all agree on is that no one's immune to the end. Royalty doesn't buy you eternal life. That when you die, you can't take all your riches with you, but you can leave a positive impact in this world, as the lovely Princess Diana did. So I guess the message here is be a good person, because that's really what lasts, and don't be racist. Don't do it. Just
Don't
no.
do it.
Just
I'll
don't
come
no.
for your kneecaps.
Yeah, gonna pop them pop it like it's hot, but not in a good way. So
well, then would it
just-
really be hot at that point?
I mean, if you
Busting
use
racist kneecaps is always hot.
or if you bust them with a heating pad. But
attach a heating pad to the crowbar,
well,
and there you go.
use a twisted tea can. So I mean, so just let us know what you think. I want to know. You know, I know so many people say I want to know what you guys think, and then never read the comments. It's like I want to know.
We do read our comments. We only have a total of 3, and they're on the first video, and one of them was even me. But we will be reading the comments.
And
What? Leave me alone. Somebody had to.
my friend from Nicaragua even commented, "Gracias, amiga. Te quiero mil." Mwah. So, Trevor, wasn't there a little shout out we were gonna
Yes.
do?
At the end of these videos, I'm gonna start doing little shout outs to mainly small businesses and artists and stuff like that, musicians, whoever, just so we can help get their name out there. There are a few that we have lined up, but this one to start, for the first one, is we have actually my mother-in-law, and Christine's mom, my mother-in-law. We have Lynn Buckmaster. She's an artist,
She really seriously is.
like actual artist.
She
as
made
you can
this.
see. It's if you've ever read The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, it's Hobbiton inspired. And actually, if you watch The Fellowship of the Ring, it actually it does have similarities. So it actually feels like you could be in Hobbiton.
Yes.
But this is an actual original. She did not use any pictures on the internet or anything like that. It's just something that she put together, and she does stuff like this all the time.
Yes.
So she really is a very talented artist. So look her up on Facebook at official Buckmaster or Buckmaster Fine Arts. That is her Facebook. I will leave a link to that in the description link, and also look for her Instagram. That is official Buckmaster Art, if I remember correctly. That link will also be in the description. So make sure you check out her art. Follow her page. Go to Facebook, like that page. She also has a website, if I remember correctly. I think it's just www.buckmasterart.com, I believe. So go check that out. Subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and leave comments to let us know what you think happened to Princess Diana.
And guys, just so you know, this is just a little taste of what Lynn is capable of. Unfortunately, for privacy reasons, we can't show you everything, but around this whole living room is artwork that Miss Lynn Buckmaster did herself. She's legit. I mean, puts Thomas Kincaid to shame, okay? Like, no. Like, this needs to be trademarked.
Yep, so check out the Facebook page, check out the Instagram. Those links will be in the description, and if I can find a link to the website, that will also be in the description. So that is it for this one. Let us know what you think happened to Princess Diana in the comments.
Say your prayers and moisturize.
Always moisturize. If you don't, then you'll just look like a crackhead.
Yeah. We love you.
Okay. See you in the next episode.